Good evening. I'm Isaiah Isaac with Virgin Psychic. And also, I have a website. My website that I am progressing is at www.virginpsychic.com. It is copyright with Isaiah Isaac. I do have a story of a backstory for Isaac. Isaiah is my first name. Isaiah Reed is my first and last, but my stage name is Isaac, and Isaac is my father's name. And I just had a lot of success with that particular stage name, so I decided to incorporate it, and it just became part of the copyright. So Isaiah Isaac is what you will hear me go by. I do have a toll-free number, and my number is 1-833-374-7222. It's not a well, it's not a 800 number where, you're getting automators and options, and such. Rather, it functions as any other number. It's just toll free. It's just a toll free number. And also it allows for anyone to, or my customers, future customers, to encourage as well, to call or text. So that means you would text me like any other number, like you would, if I gave you my cell phone number. You can also, of course, call. So the reason why I wanted to go through, assess that is because, this, like I said, this is my ad, and it just should be time stamped so that those who I wanted to make this optional. So those who just want to just catch the video and things that I'm talking about, this should not interfere. I didn't want to put this in front of that. So, but just in case you were watching the video and you were curious, how can I get that but for myself? Well, this is one way. This is a fast and convenient way to do so. As I said, well, I will leave all this information here. And so very quickly, what I specialize in, I enjoy the tarot. And there are many forms of reading. And, particularly I enjoy reading, the tarot with the astrology. And what I also like to do is encourage my readings by doing different kinds of styles. So sometimes I may actually utilize more or less the Tree of Life spread, but nonetheless, when it comes to reading, I think that the main focus should be whoever I'm reading. So I want to put all my energy into that individual. And I like it when customers call rather than in person, because in person, you have to give the ambiance, it has to be nice and neat. But to be honest, when the phone calls come in, my cards are everywhere. I'm laying them out because people have different questions and their subject matter. So there could be 5 cards here, 6 cards here, 8 cards here, and they interlink is what I find, because one person's reading with the various cards, to me it looks like reading an astrological chart, and things start to connect, and there are influences, with other people, who are in that person's life, or people who are coming in, joining that person's life. So I just wanted to quickly share some of that. So obviously, I have a knack for cartomancy, and which I have evolved and cultivated into the tarot. When you have the tarot, you get both the cartomancy as well as the astrology, as well as the the symbolisms, the dream symbolisms. So uh, that's why I enjoy the tarot and, of course, astrology. My psychic gifting also is claircognizance, which I'm using a lot lately because with the writing, and I'm still chipping away at my education so I can continue to grow. Um, I'm also clairvoyant, but this year I've been assigned another, which is clairaudience. So I'm doing some things with that, and also I can sense that the psychic sensitivity of smell is also becoming incorporated. Um, the mind reading comes, yes. My mediumship side and my empathic side, they come in, and those two try to take over. But my main goal is, to focus on what's in front of me. But, sometimes people, they just, people have different needs, and those gifts, you know, the, I am not biased for any gift. If that gift needs to come through, I just find that particularly these two gifts are really breaking through, and that again, that's the mediumship side and the empathic side, and coming with the mind reading. Um, I can hear psychically. I mean, people asking about certain questions, and of course, as a professional, I keep my mouth shut unless they ask, or call the number or seek that information. I do not volunteer that information. I have lots of things that I really want to focus on myself. And plus, it's a lot of people. And, and of course, going through the human side of things, I prefer, that people seek this information out for themselves rather than me, try to push that on to people. So no, I don't want to do that. But so that's the reason why placing this in a side section, like an ad, gives you opportunity, and just to see what I'm doing. And this is raw. I'm not focused. I'm just talking, and I just laid out the cards in a sort of random way so that you can get a fresh idea of what I'm attempting. I will do more of these, and we'll see how they go. I'm going to keep cultivating it, but I'll be sure to try and timestamp. So if you're not interested in this part, that's fine. Upcoming, I have. I'm soon to. I should be ready to incorporate some of what I'm studying educational wise into the video, which I will timestamp as a part of the psychic video. So the psychic video portion is what you watched, what you should, hopefully you've watched earlier, like talking about a particular person and giving them a full read, and or just studying their formula, see what they're about. And I enjoy doing that, and I've gotten really good feedback. So I'm getting some messaging, some comments and things of that nature. People wanting to know more. They want to watch. They want to see more of the video, and so they probably not even expecting this. So this is something that I'm sharing, and everyone, thank you so much. Have a beautiful evening, and I really hope to hear from you soon. If you still need a minute, yes, I have other videos coming up. Please just keep watching. Oh, I forgot to add like, like, and comment, and absolutely subscribe.
Okay, so I'm back. I'm already observing my charts. Yes. Ooh, the lovers. That's nice. So I've already I've already laid out what I want to discuss. And as I did say that I would come back, and shortly means, well, I think it was a short amount of time, considering the topic, considering the level of information. I want to be absolutely accurate. That's all I care about. But I wanted to make sure that also that I bring integrity into the readings. You know that I said, or in discussion in the previous video, that I was going to talk, well, I am talking about Kamala Harris. Well, she is, says that she's Senator of California since 2017, and also Joe Biden's Vice President elect. Well, his pick, but now she is. It's confirmed that she is a vice president elect to the Joe Biden president elect. So that's interesting, considering. Which I did pin, and I will be sure to link that video below if you would care to sort of to check off markers. In the past, what I've expressed to clients, and they had asked, look, honestly, psychic, that'd be me. I speak to, let's say, 3-5 psychics within a month's time, and it varies on the information, and oftentimes, at least maybe 3 out of the 5 have contrasting information, or they have parts of information that is valid. How do I know which psychic is truth? Well, for one, I like to keep notes. So it helps me to keep track of first of all, what I said, and also helps me to stay in line with the integrity of what's actually going on, because I can compare. Having taken notes, you can always look back and say, well, okay, so-and-so said, this psychic said this at this such date and time, and to what it spoke on to what question of mine, and the time, and where you found or located that individual, and then do that for the other however many you're going to choose to work with for that particular topic. And I say that whoever is closest to like in accuracy, and try to have it. I do not loosely say have an open mind. When I say have an open mind, it means even if the information is not what you want to hear, if that information is accurate, wouldn't you rather have the accurate information? And this is stating that you're probably going to be paying for those readings, for those psychics' time. So, and you want to also, because it's an investment into yourself, so you want to make the experience worth your time, so you don't have, you as the person seeking this information from a psychic do not have time to waste time. You don't have time to waste time. It's your time as well. So that's why I say, if you would really try and look for definitive type of answers, and make sure that I didn't say correspondence to what you want to hear, as in, you know what truth means. You know what's really going on in your life better than they do, the psychics themselves. So it's very important for you to keep track of that. They're going to keep track of their experience with you at the time in which they're talking with you, whether if it's for 3 minutes, 5 minutes to an hour, but then it breaks. And psychics can say all day, well, I received information about you the other day, and I'm so happy you called today. And today as in you called them back into the future realm. But what I'm stating is that you should also keep track of what's being said to you. Um, and then instead of saying, well, I didn't quite like hearing what you had to say, so I won't be working with you anymore, versus you would say, I did not like what you have to say. However, you're the only one out of the however many you've gotten this information correct, and that's the only reason why I'm working with you. And so I have a whole new set of questions, or maybe an entirely different area. Now, granted, this does not mean that everything that each psychic, I'm not saying this kind of psychic, that kind of psychic is wrong, this psychic is best for this, but I am saying some psychics do have the tendency to lean towards very specific areas, and it could be based on their personal experiences in life themselves, or viewpoints about how the world in the consciousness works. They may do better in some areas, because you have some psychics that are actually, I mean, they're high level intellectual types. I mean, because you have psychics from all across the realm. A lot of times you may hear of psychics from coming from creative spaces, like they were an artist before becoming spiritual. But they're all but remember, there are also psychics that have worked corporate jobs, or held that corporate job, and were lawyers. So they have, those particular individuals have insight, that's what I'm saying, into certain areas that other psychics, hands down, will not possess the skill sets, even the ability. But but it doesn't undermine what that psychic can find for you. So it doesn't mean you have to go find a rocket science psychic, but it does mean that you should take the information that's given to you not so easily with a grain of salt, but I would imagine that you would know how much salt you put into the dish, if I could say it that way. So with that said, I am now prepared to for the delivery, and I am looking forward to reading. And it's interesting that the lovers. Why on earth am I getting the lovers at a time like this? Okay, well, here we go.